Tammy's Boy Podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. Jon Carden is not a licensed therapist. He is just a friend.
Welcome into another fun-filled episode of Tammy's Boy. You know me, I'm Jon Carden. My mom smoked in the car with the windows rolled up, and that's why we do the podcast. Colt, we got any words for the people?
Tammy's boys and girls, we got a great episode coming at you right now, just as always. But before that, make sure that you go like, comment, subscribe wherever you're watching or listening to it. We have the full video on YouTube and Spotify, but you already knew that. But did you know that we have all the audio on all the other podcast listening streaming platforms? Did you know that? Well, they're on there. Go check them out and give us some love wherever you can. Put those stars on there. Also, if you guys have any crazy stories about your family, right? If you have a Tammy of your own, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, brother, sister, whatever, email them into the show, and you can email us at TammysBoyPodcast@gmail.com, and we will read those stories on the air, sometimes with a guest. Sometimes they might even be pretty famous. Anyway, that's enough out of me, guys. John, who the hell we got on the couch today?
Isn't he so good at that?
He's really good, dude.
He's really
That's
good
unbelievable.
We're working
I
on
know.
it.
That's
Dude,
good.
I've trained him.
Was it? I was gonna say, did it start like that?
No. It's grown.
It's been building.
Good
It's
for
more like
you.
the intensity of,
No, I can tell you really locked into the character there.
I'm trying.
The
I'm
neck,
trying.
the head, the
Listen,
shoulders.
Hey, that's all the people get. And also, whenever we got a good guest, like we always do, gotta give it.
I love it, dude. Not enough podcasts do this. This is great. I feel very welcomed.
You are always welcome here,
No,
buddy.
it's good. It just
you've been in
it's
this
a
place
professional
before.
setup. There's a lot of half-assed podcasts out there.
There are a lot of half-ass. You know what? I'm glad you
Let's
see the
name
quality.
them by name.
I'm glad you. While we're at it. Oh, man. So, Tammy's kids, today, welcome in. We got a good friend of mine, guy I've been friends with for years. He's won the Boston, the fucking Seattle, the Laughing Skull, all the festivals.
Yeah.
He's funny as fuck. He opens for Dane Cook, who is his best friend. Yeah. And, it's Drew Dunn, everybody.
Thank you very much. Good to be here, dude. Thanks for
Welcome
having
on
me in your house.
Yeah. This isn't your first time here.
No, I've been here before.
Yeah.
Probably had a slumber party or two.
When we cuddled with Q.
Yeah.
You used him for warmth.
That's a good way. You gotta stay warm. It's
Shout
cold
out
out
to
here
Quentin.
in Texas.
Oh, man.
No, good to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're in town for Moon Tower. I'm doing Moon
for
Tower.
Moon Tower. It's good to see you. I saw your name on the list when they put it out, and I was like, fuck yeah, well, I'll have someone to hang out with, because
We do that at most festivals anyway.
yeah, we end up finding each other.
Yeah, for sure. We do.
We always find in this life or the next.
It happened really organically yesterday. I was at the hotel with Dean to pick up my badge, and you just walked by.
Yeah, I was just walking around, and I was like, hey, John. Yeah, I hadn't even texted you yet. I hadn't even checked in,
Yeah, it's been a fun little fest so far. Yesterday was like the first day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of peopling.
Yeah, that's what these festivals turn into. It's just chit chat and hey, how are you? Where you from? And,
Where you been?
And it's fun to meet people. I mean, that's half the reason I do comedy. It's fun to meet people from elsewhere. But sometimes the festival just feels so like forced and inorganic. I just picture we're all in like blue fucking collared shirts. We're like, yeah, absolutely, Boston, yeah, no, definitely, no, I'd love to work with you sometime. Where are you from? It just feels very like caged and weird. Where like if you're at a comedy club, it's just kind of casual and flowy and
Hyper networking.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
and everyone wants to do it, so
Yeah.
it makes it fun. But you feel like you have the same conversation 9 times, and then I see someone the next day, and I don't know if I told them this story I'm telling them, and then I'm
Right.
like. And then they're like, yeah, I heard that last night. And I'm like,
That is kind of like
Cool,
the
yeah.
Austin conundrum. Like
Yeah,
Austin
yeah.
loves good networking conversation.
yeah,
you
I mean,
know?
that's what it is.
Yeah.
You gotta
Also,
find
what
a way
I
to
don't
work it up.
understand is why people are excited for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm jaded, but I'm never super excited to meet anybody new. You know, like the people
Yeah,
in
I
my
think
life.
you're a little jaded. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
The people in my life are the people in my life at this point. It's like, I'm 38. You know what I mean? I'm like, plus, we've been doing comedy for over a decade.
Yeah.
You know how many people I've met during that time
It's a lot.
that are no longer doing comedy?
Right.
You know? And it's just.
Isn't it kind of fun to still follow them on social media?
is fun, yeah.
And
Just
I'm
see
like,
it- it's like-
disc golf now, huh?
Yeah. Their little mundane lives.
Got to put it into something. It's fun. I think you should follow more random people on social media. I follow just random uncles in Maine and shit. That's the most interesting content you'll ever watch.
Oh, hey,
why do you want to watch a famous person? You should watch a guy with 9 followers who's trying his hardest.
Hey, Julie from Tallahassee put a puzzle together today, 300 pieces.
Well, that's the thing, dude. Like, everyone's trying to get famous. Like even that uncle. It used to just be be he was posting his whatever. Now everyone thinks they can like get famous from. I think in any parking lot in this country, there's like 4 people recording in their cars at any given time. Any Target, there's at least 4 people that are like, let's come back to unboxing us. All
right, like this is my get ready with me.
You could go up to anybody in the airport and just be like, hey, I'm a big fan. And it wouldn't be like, oh my God, he thinks you're Brad Pitt, honey. They'd be like, thanks, you watch the videos? Like,
Hey, you subscribe?
Yeah, that's most people.
With that being said, make sure you like and subscribe. To the podcast.
Make sure you
wherever
like
you're watching it. Or listening
with
to
that,
it.
make sure you fucking do the thing for us. That we got.
If you're doing it for everybody else,
These fucking guys out here trying to get famous and stuff. Like, comment, subscribe.
I'm also trying to do it. That's the thing. I'm also sometimes in the car. That's what made me think of it. I was like, I can't be the only one in this fucking mall doing this right now.
Like, I do it too, but here's the thing. I want you to know deeply, I hate it.
Oh yeah, I hate every second.
There's not a part of me that enjoys making that shit.
Yeah, this is fun, but
this is great.
But all the other shit.
But this is why I do this. Is because this is what I can do. I can sit around and I can talk about people's childhood.
Right.
Podcasting
all
is
day.
almost like networking in front of in front of an audience.
Yeah, it's
a
booked.
little bit like that.
Yeah,
Booked networking?
It's booked networking.
Yeah.
It's speed dating, really.
Can you imagine bringer networking?
Yeah.
You got to bring 10 people to
Yeah, I
network?
brought a few guys to just hang out in the kitchen. You want to chat with any of them? And they're all just like mingling. Like.
You hear the refrigerator door open. You got any salami?
Dude, get out of the fridge. He does this all the time. He's always in the fridge.
Oh, man. So the whole purpose of this podcast, we started off real simply. It's just who raised you.
My parents raised me. My family raised me. 1 of 7 kids.
Yeah.
Mom and dad.
All brothers, right?
For the most part, growing up, it was 5 boys. So it was like, and then there's like a 13-year gap between the 5th boy and the daughter, and then there's another boy after that. So it's like,
never slowed down.
It was, they slowed down for a little bit. I took like a decade off of fucking, and then they ramped it up again. Enough kids were going to college and moving out of the house that they were like, there's a little fucking space in here.
Instead of going to get an armoire, they just boned.
Like, brother's in the Navy. That's a fucking free bedroom as far as that. No, like I never had my own. I've never in my life had my own room. Because I went right from that to being in with the wife. Yeah.
That's
we
hilarious.
lived together in college. And then I went to college for a couple of years before that and had 3 roommates every time I went. And yeah.
One day she's going to come home from work and there's going to be 2 bedrooms. I just want to try.
Yeah.
I just want to give it a shot. Just give me a week. You know?
Can I just take the basement over for like? I still love you, but I just need a little space of my own. Please. I've never put a poster on a wall. You know what I mean? That's a shared space.
You're standing there at FYE, whatever the store is now, just going through the posters,
just sighing.
If only.
Man.
You walk past something she got from Hobby Lobby and you're just like, man.
Live, laugh, myself.
This could have been Boba Fett. In a Western pose.
Yeah, just like, man, that's so cool.
Oh, man. Dude, so what was it like when you were like, I imagine growing up with that many people, it was scarce. The scarcity was a thing, right?
Oh yeah,
Snacks were never around.
Well, even if we had like, we would get like a box of Little Debbie's. If it was tax return season, we might get. We were rich for like 2 weeks every year, and then that shit dried up quick. You have that many kids, you get some credits back, and then we're like, we are getting a car, and I'm like, don't get a car. The car's fine. Please, can we have groceries and lunch money?
Darling, we will splurge today.
But even
get
with
the
all
fudge rounds.
Yes. Oatmeal cream pies, double decker.
They're bringing back the Dodge Charger. We got to get one.
Yeah, exactly. Grand Caravan. They got headphones in the back now for the kids. Like, I don't want headphones.
I want generational wealth,
Please.
and maybe some animal crackers.
Please don't sell your Microsoft stock to take us on a vacation where I still got to eat PB&J.
While you go to the fucking steakhouse.
Well, dude, my dad worked at Microsoft in like the late 90s. So that's what, like, we were born in Boston, then we moved out to Seattle for like, I think it was like 99 through 04 or something like that. And
were those the Griffey years?
Yeah, Griffey, Ichiro, A-Rod, Randy Johnson, like, and you could go to games for so cheap. Like, I was there when they tore down the Kingdome and then replaced it with it's T-Mobile Park or some shit, but it was Safeco Field for a while.
Yeah.
And we went on like a tour and then went to games and shit. But yeah, like the Kingdom was sick. Dude. We'd go to monster truck rallies and shit. We'd go to, because it was just this huge indoor spot, and then they blew the fucking thing up.
They had torn the Kingdom down by the time I moved there.
Okay. Yeah. I have a little piece of it somewhere. I got like a little piece of the rubble somewhere in a box. Yeah.
Because that's where the Sonics played, right?
Yeah. The Sonics. They didn't have the hockey team they had was a juniors team called the Thunderbirds.
But now they have the Kraken.
Yeah, they have the Kraken now, but they played at a place called the Key Arena, which I think they might have torn down or built up or whatever to make it so it's the same place, like big enough for the Kraken kind of thing. So it was like a minor league stadium.
I mean, is anything big enough for the Kraken?
Yeah. I don't know. We don't talk about the Kraken on this boat, mate. It'll summon her.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was like my dad had stock options in Microsoft, and
that was going to be a question of mine.
And then he sold. I remember us being at the computer, and he was like, "If this gets to that number, we're going to go to Disneyland." and I was like, "All right," not knowing what that means. And then the stock went up. He sold his stock. And then we went on a trip to Disneyland. Only vacation we ever went on growing up.
Wait, hold on. You weren't being metaphorical when you said that earlier.
No, I was being.
You were being literal.
That's why I'm explaining it. Yeah. Yeah, we looked up what that would be worth if he held that, and it's like $4 million or something like that. Dude, like it's an insane.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, that was the most expensive Disneyland trip anyone's ever been on, and we didn't even get like a churro. You know what I mean? Like we weren't even getting food from the store.
Were you guys still kind of like?
No, I didn't know Dole Whip existed until I was like 25.
Were you guys still kind of being frugal like while you were there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we were packing coolers full of PB&Js. We weren't like, maybe we got a hot dog from the Casey's place on the corner once, but other than that, no, we weren't going out to eat. We were, God.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was, but that was like, that's one of those things where you're like, oh my God, dude, how do I not do that? You know, I just went and bought Microsoft stock on Robinhood just to make up for it. Yeah.
Dude, poor vacations as a kid are a different thing.
Oh yeah,
because the transportation's different too. Because I remember we went to the beach as a kid, and we went literally like a 1990 Toyota pickup. With a camper shell. And me and my older stepbrother, I'm like 5 years old. We're in the back in the camper shell with like pillows and some blankets.
Yeah, right.
Riding in the back for 5.5 hours all the way to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, that's better than being in the back of the car. You know what I mean? Like there's a bit of freedom in the camper in the back.
Buddy,
you know?
it was loud, but I slept well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember the noise. Dude, I had big ears. You know what I mean? I could hear the vibrations from the tires and the wheel wells.
Yeah.
But yeah, poor vacation. I remember, dude, the sandwiches things was real.
Yeah.
We would always we would be stuck in the car while they would go into the restaurant.
Yeah. Mom and Dad, I would babysit while they would go and fucking run off and get a Chili's 2 for $20. Yeah. For their big night out.
Yeah, they would have a date night while we're in the back fucking munching on banana and mayonnaise sandwiches.
Dude, I mean,
poor vacations are different, dude.
Yeah, that was the only like proper vacation we went on. I mean, they would always bring us to do stuff, but it was always like go to the park or go to the beach. You know, there was a place out in Seattle called Jetty Island where you'd go and like pick a time, get on a little free ferry, and it was like this man-made island that was just made of like silt. So you'd go out there and you would just sink. It was like the whole beach was quicksand. And it was like, it's just, but that's the shit you would do. And you'd just be like, okay, we're going to have a mud fight for an hour. And then we're going to leave. Like you just had, but that was the fun of it. I mean, and that was the good thing about having so many brothers was like, any place we went, we had a fucking team. You know, we wanted to play a wiffle ball game, then we have the squad already. Who else is joining? You know, like I didn't have to, wait around and see if any fun was happening. We would just come up with, like, we would play this game. We had a playground down the street from us in Seattle, and we'd play a game called Clog Slide, just because we had made up all these other games. And it's basically like, we all run to the swirly slide, and you come to us, and we all go down the slide at the same time. And it's just like 9 kids getting jammed in a fucking slide together, and then whoever gets tagged is it the next time. But it's just like shit like that you do to just have fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. I know.
Like I don't need to go down fucking, the Disneyland roller coaster. Who needs Space Mountain when you have Clog Slide? It's way more
Especially
dangerous.
Whenever it costs $4 million.
Yeah, exactly. I can't afford another $4 million vacation. And now I want Dole Whip. That's like 4.2.
I'll send you the recipe.
Yeah,
it's on Reddit. I made it during COVID.
Really? Is it just pineapples and ice?
basically and whipped cream? Yeah, it's essentially.
Yeah.
No, you're not, breaking science trying to figure that out.
No, it's pretty much in the name.
Yeah, pretty much.
So your dad worked at Microsoft. What'd your mom do?
My mom, she taught at schools like here and there, but she mostly just raised 5 kids. Like you had to have somebody at the house that was trying to hold it together. Also, we all played like baseball and like did random shit like that. So it was like mom would be driving over here, then we're home, and then I'm in charge of these 3 people, and then we fucking switch it up the next time. And I think the McDonald's dollar menu saved my family's life.
Oh, buddy.
Without a McChicken for 99 cents, we wouldn't have got through the recession.
Buddy, I relate to that on a molecular level. Okay, my nucleuses jumped for joy when you said that, dude. Like, the 99-cent fucking menu or dollar menu at McDonald's saved a lot of us.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, those double cheeseburgers.
The double cheeseburger would fucking feed you for the day. You know what I mean?
Excuse me, the McDouble.
Yeah. Well, no, it was the double cheeseburger first.
Yeah, then it became
And
the
then
McDouble.
they got rid of the one piece of cheese.
Yeah,
and
and it became the McDouble.
Yeah, I still get a double cheeseburger when I go. I'm like, I don't do the McDouble.
I get it.
I live in an era, you know.
I would do it, buddy. I would get like 3 of them, mustard, ketchup only.
Yeah, and you're gluten free and have no idea.
Buddy. Buddy,
Just
and
throwing
I am
bricks in your body.
buddy, and I am shitting a fountain of blood the next day.
It's just McDonald's. That's what happens when you eat
Yeah,
McDonald's.
I truly thought that. I thought that was part of having it your way. You know what I mean?
Something I can live with.
Yeah. Worth it.
Ba-dum-pum-pum. Ah!
Mom, I'm bleeding again.
I'm dealing with it.
Yeah, McDonald's did nothing good for our digestive systems.
Yeah,
It
no.
gave us all some type of cancer.
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm immune. I had enough of it. Like my body's like used to it now. If I just get a Caesar salad, it panics.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this?
No, dude, that's what Happy Meals are. They're vaccines for little kids.
Exactly.
You're
That's
30%
what I'm saying.
Hamburglar?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I say it on stage, but like that's what I'm doing for my kid now. I'm like, you got to microdose them. You can't just give
Exactly.
a 12-year-old McDonald's for the
No.
first
Oh,
time.
no.
They'll fucking OD.
Yeah,
you
they'll
start
die.
them young, a McNugget a month.
Yeah.
Build up a tolerance.
Yeah, entire kids meal in the NutriBullet. Just
Exactly.
grind it up,
Yeah.
right in the gullet.
Swirl it up. Boom.
Yeah.
Spoonfuls of fucking.
On their 13th birthday, there's a ceremony where they eat a McChicken.
They've been practicing unwrapping it for weeks.
They just exactly how they're going to take the perfect
Yeah.
bite. You
Yeah.
gotta blow out the candle on the McChicken.
Let them have it, dude.
The McChicken candle.
Yeah.
Don's gonna get
It's your big day. It's your big day. It's your McBirthday.
Dude, I had a birthday party at McDonald's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever had one. I've been to some there.
Back when they still had ball pits.
Yeah, when you had
that's
to
envious.
put your shoes in the fucking
In the
little
cubby,
little
yeah.
cubby, and then
Dude, for kids that don't know now, ball pits at McDonald's.
oh yeah,
Oh my God, what a rip.
yeah. That's where the UFC started. I think.
That was the foundation of the UFC, was a ball pit at McDonald's, dude. It was. It inspired so many WWE
Oh,
athletes.
totally, dude. Well, yeah, the WWE was huge, man.
Yeah,
People
big
were
time.
fucking putting body slamming kids. Just, one kid would just be hiding in there the whole time, and then jump up and grab you and drag
That
you
was
down.
John Cena.
Yeah, that was
That's how they got the
he
You
was
Can't
just
See
like
Me.
there,
He was hiding in a ball
hiding
pit.
in the ball pit.
Came out, put him in the FU. Gave him the 5-finger shuffle or whatever it's called. 5-knuckle shuffle.
5-knuckle shuffle.
Man, what
Yeah.
a guy, John Cena.
Yeah, that's where it all started, dude. The ball pit.
God, that thing was like a Roman Coliseum to us. It really was. I would take on all comers. At the ball
just
pit, dude.
standing in the corner, sizing them up.
Straight up. That was my pantheon. I would fight in the ball pit.
Yeah, and
I was a
I would-
pussy outside of it.
I would roll him with a squad. You know what I mean? I had
Yeah,
a
of
few
course you
brothers
would.
with me.
Roll in deep.
Holy shit, the Duns are coming.
Duns are coming, clear out.
And dude, I remember in Virginia where we were living at the time, they found a copperhead in the ball pit at one of them on Piney Forest Road. In
Oh, my
Virginia.
God.
And it was like huge news, and one kid got bit. And so I was a little bit more weary.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
ball pit at that point, because like I don't know, can't fight a snake.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right. No, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, there's limits to my ball pit fighting skills. Okay.
Yeah, I need kids with slow reactions.
Oh, no, fuck that. Okay, I can take Brock Lesnar to ball pit. The biggest and the baddest. Okay, I'm fighting Chuck Liddell bare knuckle in a ball pit.
That's the series we got to start. You know, fuck all this Jake Paul boxing shit. We're doing ball pit fucking death match.
Ball pit battles, dude.
Yeah, dude. You stay under the balls for 5 seconds, you're out. We don't do ground and pound. You fucking get up and fight in the pit.
Oh man, dude, the amount of shit
that could work.
We can bring that back, yeah.
that we became
It's my
immune
idea.
to,
Nobody take that. Fuck you, Dana White. Don't take that idea. You took the slap boxing
and pillow fighting,
Yeah.
and pillow fighting.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, the pillow fighting's huge.
Buddy, that was on ESPN something the other day, like 3 or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Why is pillow fighting? Like, there's grown men training for
Yeah,
this.
well, they got tag started that whole thing. I think
That looks cool.
tag, the professional tags. Well, it's like parkour guys
is, yeah.
essentially. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think we're just going that way. We're gonna have Red Rover soon, and then eventually they'll just turn that into like a Squid Games thing where you
And then they're going to
fight the
optimize
death.
it to shit. They're going to take all the fun out of it, just like baseball.
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
gonna meta the fucking.
I've talked about it on this pod before.
Kick the can.
There's a show on Netflix called Physical 100.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's literally
Yeah,
just
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's fucking, it's CrossFitters Squid Games.
Yeah, and it's just a bunch of they have to like smash their statue of their body when they're out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Your body's not good enough.
I just come all the time.
You must break your body because your body has been broken.
Everyone's just clapping.
Dude, my favorite thing about that show is when they have English people speaking on there.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
still dub them. It's so
They got
funny.
an Asian guy to dub the white guy. The token white they put on everyone. And they don't even get like a jacked white guy. He's just like average. You know?
Always he's like a baseball player or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I would give anything for an American team. Let us form an American Physical 100 team.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, Aaron Donald, first pick.
Yeah.
100%. Have you seen that man?
I mean, I've seen him. Not naked, but I've seen him.
Oh, well, I've seen him naked, so I know better. No, I'm kidding. Don't hit me, Aaron Donald. But no, if we could form like an American team for that show.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We would run it, dude.
Yeah, but that's why they did it first.
Yeah.
They're like, copyright, can't do it. No.
Yeah, you can't let us on
No,
there.
Asians only.
Nah,
And
we'll
the white-
HGH
and the
our way
whites
through
we
that.
pick.
And the hand selected white.
Hand-selected whites. It's a good show, though. It's fun. I'd watch it.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. I mean, because American Gladiators is coming back.
Yeah, I like all those shows. I like all the.
When I was a kid, dude.
Yeah, it was great.
Dude, American
even-
Gladiators was the shit.
Even like Guts, which was like the kid version
Global
of that.
Guts?
Yeah, dude. Guts was great.
Mike O'Malley.
Yeah, Mike O'Malley, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that, dude. I used to get so hyped for Guts.
Let's get it down to Mo. Mo. Okay, Tom, today we're going to...
That's it. That's perfect.
We have Ed from Minnesota who's taking on John Jing from China
Ed has
on
a
the
stamp
aggro
collection.
crag.
And they would always give him like a random fact. Ed collects stamps and takes care of his mother in his spare time. Okay, now watch him climb this mountain.
And here come the boulders at the children.
Can you imagine that? Like you apply for a job at Nickelodeon and your
Yeah.
job was literally to just hunt boulders
Yeah.
at kids trying to climb a mountain.
And like you've been watching the show, you know this kid's a little piece of shit. You give him a little extra shove. Like Lane 3's boulder's really flying. Holy shit. Ed from Minnesota.
Is that Randy Johnson?
You look up, it is Randy Johnson.
It is just hurling fastballs at these kids.
No, I think that was all good stuff. They don't really do that shit anymore. They don't put children in danger on TV anymore.
No, man. Well, we don't put a
Well,
Paramount on physical fitness.
Well, as much as like the social media, kids trying to get famous, all that. I mean, our generation was full of kid actors. Everything.
Yeah.
It was all children shows. It was
Yep.
all children actors that like.
Wild and Crazy Kids.
Yeah, you would just see like kids say the darndest things. Like
Yeah.
it was even just like Home Alone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's just the lead actor is a child.
Well, I mean, Family Matters.
Yeah, but-
Urkel. You know what I mean?
All
like
that stuff.
Full
Even Rudy
House.
on fucking The Cosby Show, Full House. Like, yeah, it was so kid driven.
Yeah, the kids were important.
Yeah, and yeah, the shows were like built around the fucking "you got it, dude," the little catchblanks and the
Absolutely,
bullshit. Which
yeah.
I'm teaching my kid all of them.
What you talking about, Willis? So you can go back that far.
My kid's gonna talk in only. You can teach him whatever you want.
Oh, I know.
Blank slate.
I got a video I'll show you of my daughter. She was looking like Garth one day from Wayne's World.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
literally made her do "Party on Wayne, Party on Garth."
That's sick.
Yeah, that's the great thing about kids is you can make them do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can train them.
Yeah.
I haven't spoke English in the house yet. As far as she knows, we're Japanese. Yeah, I've been on Duolingo.
Kominiko shimono. Guy, one of my favorite scenes was a Scary Movie when she's doing the Honda Mitsubishi.
Yeah. Honda Mitsubishi. Toyota Hyundai. Just trying to talk the ghost down.
Yamaha.
Datsun.
Oh man, that shit was so funny.
So with having so many siblings, what were like Christmases and birthdays like? How would they do that for gifts? I mean, they probably couldn't go all out.
Yeah,
but
it was like, it depended on how you acted.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That was like your metric of if you were a piece of shit. Like every holiday, somebody would be the one who ruined the holiday.
Okay.
Be like fucking Patrick fucked up Thanksgiving. Oh, thanks. Yeah. No, JJ ruined Easter. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no, Easter's ruined. It was always that energy. And if you did that enough, it would definitely affect your bottom line birthday. But my dad had a thing because he had such shitty Christmases growing up that like we might not have lunch money, but there would be a Christmas. Like he would try to make sure that there was stuff under the tree, which there always was unless you were a real piece of shit. But yeah, he would like Christmases, birthdays, because my parents both came from alcoholic households, so those were like terrible for them. They always made sure that like you did something for it, right. You know.
Yeah.
Like my mom would bake fucking cupcakes and send them into school and shit like that. Like they were good with that stuff. It was just like in between that, you're like, do we need the TV if I'm asking for a free lunch tomorrow? You know, like it was just really. I mean, the Disneyland trip kind of sums it up. It was just mismanagement of funds,
right?
Like making sure Christmas is good, but October was miserable.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like kind of a typical white trash family. No offense.
No, 100%. I mean, yeah. I mean, but also it's like they had no guidance. You know what I mean? They both came from shitty houses. They had their first kid when they were 21. Like the fact that we're all alive is a win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of the perspective I have now. Because I'm at my age, my parents already had 5 kids. I would have fucking killed them. You know what I mean? Like, I would have left one in an airport bathroom and just fucking got on the flight.
What airport?
Anyone. Doesn't matter. Wherever we were at.
The smallest
but
one.
you don't want to leave it at like LaGuardia.
No, you
know what
can. I mean? They're looking for white kids over there. Somebody would have picked them up quick. No, I'd have sold them. That's a high value.
Yeah, it's a high value baby. Dude, what are you doing?
Can't waste that.
That's a Slavic baby.
But that's what I mean. It's really giving me perspective. The fact that they even fucking figured out anything with barely any resources. And I mean, you had to read like books back then by one doctor if you wanted to learn how to raise a kid. Now you can go on TikTok and listen to a mom coach who's never had a kid try and explain it to you. But that's there's just a million options on like at least some advice. Like they had no way to figure out anything. And so there's too much education for there not to be misinformation. Yeah. And that's the other problem. But yeah, do you think that your parents do you think they passed the blame onto y'all about shit, or do you think that they took responsibility? Oh no, it was definitely our fault. Yeah. Everything was this house is a fucking mess because of you guys. Like you didn't clean either. Yeah. And we have fucking chore wheels and chore pull thing, like trying to make chores fun. I'm like, I got to do the dishes for 9 people. Yeah. This is like I'm at a fucking Michelin star restaurant, like dude. You work at a Benihana? Yeah, I'm at the fucking back of a Benihana table. Like, Jesus Christ, another bowl of rice. God damn it. Another shrimp volcano? Yeah. No, use the same knife. Use this. Fuck. A fresh knife? Yeah. God damn it, Toboroshi. Like, I mean, my dad would trip over his own shoes that he put there and be like, fucking leaving my fucking shoes all over the place. It's like, you took them off there. That wasn't us. Somebody's moving my fucking shit. No, we didn't. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of that. But it's also just a high stress environment. You know, that's what you get. So many people. Yeah, and if you have 5 people at the time to possibly blame, why would anything be your fault? I wouldn't want it to be my fault either. I'd be like, it was fucking, and that's what we'd all do too. He'd be like, that was fucking JJ did that. That was Alex for his fucking problem. Do y'all still do that? No, now we have a group chat where we just talk shit about the old days.
Are there any spawn-off group chats?
I'm not in them if there are. So probably. Talking shit about my jokes, I write about them. That's hilarious. They have a chat where they just fucking roast you. Yeah. It's just my clips. Like, really, dude? I'm like, that's the shit you think about in comedy. Like, they're probably all. Hey guys, Drew thinks this voice is funny. Yeah, I do. LOL.
Were all of you guys in the house at the same time, or was one of them out?
No, the 5 of us were like within 2 years of each other. Okay. Like each of us. So we were all like grew up solid together. And then the other two, I was like starting high school or in the middle of high school when my sister was born. And then my brother was born, I think, when I was a senior.
Wow.
So like I had a much different and still do a much different relationship with those two than I do with.
Did you say
with
you're
the
the
rest of them.
oldest?
I'm second oldest.
Second oldest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I was usually the one put in charge for babysitting
Right.
and all the other bullshit because my older brother figured out if you just act irresponsible, they won't put you in charge of stuff and you can
Yeah.
have freedom. Wish I thought of that. Instead, I was like, yeah, no, I'll do it. And now I'm just, again, they're going to fucking Applebee's for a skillet because they saw a commercial and it's like, it's $12. We're going. It's our big date night.
And you've locked yourself into you're going to be the one that takes care
Yeah,
of
and
them
I'm trying to
eventually.
like play video games on the side where like they're like no games while you're babysitting. I'm like, yeah, for sure. And I'm like, if you guys tell mom that I'm fucking playing a game right now, I'm gonna beat your ass. And then eventually she'd take the fucking internet cord with her when she left, and it was all that kind of stuff, you know. Or you'd be like wrestling with the brothers or playing wiffle ball or something. Somebody gets hurt and you're just trying to have cover ups the whole time. Like, no, this never happened. We didn't I didn't hurt your arm. You did it to yourself.
Who was the weakest brother?
I mean, it was definitely at the time. It was the youngest one. The fifth brother is
The child.
Yeah,
The most
one.
child one.
But he's also like the fiercest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's,
Right,
he's
for
like
sure.
getting after it. But then when you get after it too hard, you fucking fly around, hit your head on the wall, and then all of a sudden it's my fault.
And you can only do that so many times before you don't come back.
And then you like don't hurt them, but they're mad at you. So then they're like, "Mommy hit my fucking leg," like psycho shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. In most big children households, the youngest are always the most feral.
yeah.
They're always like foaming from the mouth, always dirty noses. 'Cause
Yeah.
by that point,
You just red stuff on their face
Yeah.
from something they found.
yeah,
like,
stains on their shirt. They haven't eaten anything.
yeah. Tongue's a different color. Like,
Yeah.
It's like I haven't seen this guy's tongue not be blue. I don't know where he's keeping the candy, but he's got it somewhere.
Yeah. And they just disappear in front of the TV while Bluey's on, you know, periodically. But yeah, they're like feral, man. They're like wild dogs.
Yeah.
The youngest of a pack.
Survival.
Yeah, he's calmed out. He's calmed down now. But yeah, in those days, it was definitely fucking. You know, you have to stand up for yourself. You're the smallest of all these guys. Like,
Yeah, you got to be willing to bite.
yeah. And when I can just pick you up under your arms and throw you, you got to figure out a way around that. You know, you get quick. You learn, like he learned how to pivot before any of us. You know.
You think he's the toughest now?
No, not the toughest now. I mean, I don't know. You don't really. We don't have to have our toughness measured, I guess, in any
that's
of
fair.
our lines of work. You know?
It's not my family.
Yeah, I mean,
They're Spartan challenges to the Carden clan.
I'd be into that. We should do some sort of fucking Olympics. You know, like the brothers Olympics.
But at this point, most of you guys are in your
All that.
30s, so it's going to be like, you know,
gonna be even better.
bad
Yeah.
backs and fucking pulled ACLs. Yeah.
it's just going to be cornhole tournament.
yeah. I'm into that. Do you see the guy? Do you see the cornhole guy that has no arms and no legs
And killed
Yeah.
somebody?
And killed somebody?
Yeah.
I mean, if you die to a guy with no arms
While
and no
driving.
legs- yeah, he pulled out a gun while he was driving.
Yeah.
I mean, because
How
you know
long,
what?
but how long do you think it took a guy with no fingers to pull a gun out?
But that's what believing in people does for
That's
people.
what I mean. But that's what I
probably-
mean, though. Like, it can't be that quick. Like, he had to have been fumbling a
yeah,
little
I know
bit.
what you mean.
But if you're in the
Logistically.
passenger seat, you're like, no, hey, no.
Now, that's the thing. If you put yourself in that guy's situation, like you're probably looking at it as like, that's cute. Look
Yeah,
at that.
oh,
That's
yeah,
funny.
you're gonna
Oh, wait,
shoot
you're gonna
me?
shoot me?
You don't even
You're
have a
gonna shoot
trigger
me?
finger, dude,
You're gonna
but-
shoot me? Oh, shit.
Also,
That's it.
what if
Got a phone
he,
book
yeah.
on the gun?
plot twist, what if he's like singing and whistling while he's doing it? You know what I mean? He's like, boom.
I wouldn't catch him then.
Crazy about that is he had two other people in the back seat whenever he shot the guy.
Crazy.
He picked up two people, then shot the guy, and then he was like, "Hey, you should
Yeah.
help me take this guy out because no appendages. We should do
Wow.
this." And they left.
I mean, honestly, if you get in a car with that guy driving, it's on you. You're probably gonna
Yeah, for sure.
you're probably gonna die
But
anyway.
honestly,
You're letting a
it's-
guy with no arms
They,
and no
prob-
legs
they
drive
probably
you.
got in the car kind of like how we get in Waymos. It's like we know we're taking a calculated risk, but it's cool for the story.
Yeah, right. I'll
I'm
be able to
sorry.
say I said this. Yeah.
I trust a computer more than I trust a dude with no arms
Yeah.
and no legs to drive me around.
I'd rather have a dude in Pakistan take over remotely and drive the car than a guy with no. If you're ordered an Uber and that guy pulls up, you're like, fuck, I didn't mean to order it.
Also,
My bad.
you're gonna
Let
be
me
like-
open up Lyft. Try again.
You're going to be like, also, why am I driving 70 miles an hour into the Israeli embassy?
Oh, this is weird.
This is weird.
What's that ticking?
Oh man.
So with you being the oldest or one of the oldest, you got the chance to, see your parents age as parents.
Yeah.
Did you notice any differences as they started getting kids?
Oh, it's two different parents as far as the younger two and what the five of us got. They're like grandparents now, mentally. Like there's no discipline. Like they were strict with us grades wise. Like it was they were fucking on top of us because they needed one of us to do something so they could retire.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And it's like, which is good because it's less pressure on you. You get 1/5 of the pressure of needing to like make something happen.
Right.
But yeah, it was definitely like the first 5, it was just more stress, less money every time a new kid came along.
Sure,
you know what I mean? But then you're a little richer at tax return season. So you get a couple extra days of
new car.
eating Cheetos. You know what I mean? And then the other two, it's like, they're just completely different now. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're nice to them. They get to go to school online. You know what I mean? Like shit like that I'm like, never when I was going to school throwing up. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, right. I went with an ACL sprain and an MCL tear.
Yeah, she's on crutches. She gets to fucking zoom in to a new school. Like, it's
They're like calling your parents by their first name. You're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
here?
no, I'm like, this is nuts. So it's definitely like two different generations within the same family. You know what I mean? Like, And just the world they grew up in is different. Those 10 years are pretty drastic when it comes to like the tech that you have access to early on. It's laptops in the classroom instead of computer day every Tuesday,
They're on iPads, while taking history class.
Yeah, exactly. We're like, we had, it's computer lab day, and now we're going to go do some Excel stuff, and then you'll never remember this because we're not going to do it for another week.
I hated computer lab day.
They just had to make sure we could type faster than 25 words a minute.
That's what it was. It was a lot of learning to type, which I'm grateful for. I'm pretty good at typing now, but I think that's going to be irrelevant. And
it already is.
Yeah, you can just talk, and it's
I talk to
now.
everything.
Yeah.
All my notes for comedy are talk to text.
I still type though. It still feels cool. You can't write a script or some jokes without going like, you gotta. I can just be like, and then right, trans people, right? So you gotta write it out and realize what you're saying is wrong.
Mine sounds like a manifesto. And that's when my mom came in from the Piggly Wiggly.
When I was 14, that's when it all happened.
Yeah.
Oh man. So are you cool with all your brothers now? You guys
we're all cool. Yeah, I mean, we had ups and downs throughout the years as we were all kind of growing apart from each other, living your life. But we all like at least once every few months we'll like hop online, play like a fucking Jackbox game or some shit like that. But they don't all make it. We don't all like go hang out for Easter or Thanksgiving or something like that. Like not all of them or get along with the parents and shit like that. It's a little different. Not all of them have had kind of the perspective shift that I've had as far as like just being appreciative that they even figured anything out, you know, let alone that. So some of them hold some resentment. So it's like a little bit different. There's some weird dynamics. Like, there's some dirty laundry for sure with some of them.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. And I mean, it's always like that with parents, right? Like, I mean, for me, I don't talk to my mother at all, but that doesn't mean that I don't love my mother.
Yeah, right.
You know, I love my mother deeply.
Yeah.
But the issue there is that the person she is problematic to the person that I want to be.
Right, exactly. It'll suck you back into,
absolutely
the pre-programming.
But I still have the perspective that she became who she was because of trauma.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like it's not lost on me that my mom went on this fucking perilous journey in life.
Yeah.
Bouncing from dude to dude, whatever it may be, having, her dad abandoning her. My mom showed up to meet her dad for the first time at 26 years old. And the girl that answered the door had the same name as my mom.
Whoa.
Her biological father literally replaced her.
Wow.
I can't imagine the psychological effect that could have on a person.
That's wild, dude.
And I was like, hi, I'm Tammy Lassiter. And the girl's like, hi, I'm Tammy Lassiter too.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you think he waited to find another Tammy?
No, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like he shopped around like, nah, sorry, Barbara. It's not going to work out.
No, that's what he named his daughter.
Oh, that's what he named his daughter.
Yeah, he replaced my mom.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
His wife's name was Wanda.
Okay, I thought that was the wife answering the door. That was like every woman in his life had to be a replacement.
The daughter answered the door.
Damn.
And his daughter's my mom.
Wow.
And they had the same exact name.
Well, easy way to find your missing siblings. You just you get a phone book and look up your own name in every city. You might.
Oh man, yeah, and they've like that part of the family has like reached out to me. You know, my uncle from that side of the family came to some shows when I was in Charlotte. Super nice to me, always kind.
Yeah.
But I'd never like, I wouldn't consider them my family.
Right.
You know,
right.
no offense to the way they see our relationship,
For sure.
But like, I've never done like a Thanksgiving to them. I've
Yeah,
never had.
You're just not a part of their world like that. Like when
No.
you go, when you in your head, you're like, I'm going to see family this weekend. It's not that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm the son of his estranged daughter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
right,
I'm
right.
not like in good standing.
Yeah, that's not on the ancestry thing. You know?
Yeah.
You're 23 and me. That they skip that category. They're like, you didn't need to know about that.
That's the bush next to the family tree.
It's John. That's a John Bush.
I'm just the fruit that fell from the tree.
Sour berries.
Persimmons. Oh man. But yeah, dude. So I can't having that perspective, right? I can't imagine what that did to her psychologically. And of course my mom wanted to, self-medicate and disassociate and do all the things that she did that ended up leading to my abuse.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, completely plugging out while you're married to an abusive fucking psychopath.
Pretty wild.
Not the best idea.
Yeah.
But, in the same breath, it's not lost on me as to why that happened.
Right.
And everything
You can
comes,
see the A to B to C of how it. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything comes from something. Everything has a story.
Right,
And the
right.
more, because we're storytellers.
Yeah,
Essentially at our root, right? That's why we got into doing this.
Right.
Is because we told stories and it was funny and
Yeah.
whatever it may be, and we added something to a story.
Yeah, right.
And so the art, I think, of all comedy is storytelling. So we have that perspective, right? Where we can look back at the beginning of the hero's quest.
Yeah. How do we get here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
And even before the hero's quest. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
How the hero even got there in the fucking first place.
Right.
And little scamp.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, you got to read the third book first. Then you go back and read the first book. And then there's a
It's-
prologue.
It's very much that though.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's like,
But some people just only read their own book and then they go, "Wow, everyone was mean to me." It's like, yeah, but how'd they get to be mean to you? You know, like, yeah.
But then read Mein Kampf.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, he was mean to everybody.
Talk about storytellers.
Yes.
Some people just got it.
I actually enjoyed his visual
you have
art.
a vision and you get after it. Eugen fight Eigen. Sorry. It's I read it in an audiobook, so he read it himself.
I was more of a fan of his visual art.
Yeah, you're the one. If there was more of you, then we wouldn't have had this problem.
Oh man, I'll go to the bedroom. I'll show you an
If
original.
only more people wanted to look at a crooked house.
Pillars or something.
It's like, I see why you didn't get in.
There's swastikas on the
Perspective's
mailbox.
all off. Yeah. What is that symbol he put everywhere?
Yeah, he hides them in his paintings.
Yeah, it's like a hidden Mickey from fucking Walt Disney.
like you turn it, you know what I mean? And you can
Yeah.
see them, and then you turn it back. And then,
Where's Hitler?
Yeah. Where's Waldo? Like, oh, there he is. Father, I found the Führer. Find the Führer. Let's play Find the Führer.
found him. Oh man. Are the parents still working?
My dad works. My mom is still raising fucking kids. The last two are 16 and 14. So yeah.
Oh man, dude.
She might. I think she drives DoorDash for fun.
Are you like a superstar to your little brother? Like, does he see you like that?
Not really. No. My youngest brother is on the spectrum. So his hyperfixation is hand dryers. So like I take pictures of every bathroom hand dryer, and he'll just tell me if it's a piece of shit or not. Basically. Yeah.
My son's is way scarier.
Yeah.
Snipers.
That's sweet though. That's a funner conversation.
It is a more fun conversation, but when he goes into the exact fucking distance from like the 37th kill of a sniper,
Once he learned about the Coriolis effect, it was you're like, Jesus.
he's like, yeah, he actually
He's
got
accounting for the rotation of the Earth. I gotta I gotta lock the safe.
I know. And I talk about it on stage. Where like, I can't let this kid play violent video games.
It's crazy.
I can't do it. You know.
Yeah, no, he'd be too good.
I give that kid Call of Duty. He's a school shooter tomorrow.
He's doing calculus in his head on Call of Duty, dude. That's crazy.
It's like A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah, exactly. Just
He's got a perfect kill death ratio.
2 notches. What's the wind?
The crazy
ghillie
thing
suit
is,
in his room.
the crazy thing is, there's so many kids being raised by Xbox Live and PS5
Oh
online.
yeah, and just YouTube and everything else in between that. Like
Absolutely. Like I know a guy, his name's Kurt, and he ended up almost, I don't want to say adopting. That's not the right word. Fostering.
I'm sorry.
That's the thought, right? But actually, this was super wholesome.
Okay.
And he played.
Sorry.
He played Destiny or whatever the game is with this kid.
Destiny. Yeah.
And he loved the game. And this kid was in his like group. They played all the time. And the kid like had a really rough home life.
Yeah.
And he lived like I think like 2 towns over from him.
Wow.
And so he would like you know in a non creepy way.
Right.
I will defend my friend on this. Like the kid would be like on the game chat and he would be like, yeah, man, we don't have any food.
Damn.
They spend all the money on like drugs and shit. And, you know, just kind of bummed. And he would go like drop by like hamburger helper, like a bunch of like groceries and just drop it off at the curb so the kid could come get it. And he never met the kid for like 6 or 7 years. He would
wild.
just go by and
give him
like
care packages.
give him care packages and like give him clothes and whatever he needed.
Yeah,
and like,
if you were doing that now, there'd be some Twitch streamer that'd come out of the bush and be like, "This guy's here to help a 12-year-old boy. This guy's here to save the life of a 12-year-old boy.
we caught him. We caught
This
him.
monster. We have all your chat saying you're going to give him food. What's that about? What's food? Huh? Pizza?
Is this Axe body spray? Why do you want him to smell good?
Huh? What's that?
But yeah, he would do that, man. This kid ended up graduating high school, and Kurt paid for some of his college, from what I understand.
Wow.
And got the kid through college, and then like the kid like attributes a lot of the shit that he made making it in life.
Yeah.
To him having a friend on Xbox Live.
It's wild.
That looked out for him.
Yeah.
It's insane that the world can work like
No,
that.
totally.
That's an example of where the internet works for society.
Yeah.
It can go right. And in the same breath, there's been so many cases like Roblox where there's full groups of kids going in there to.
Yeah,
like,
they're like, you guys want to go on my ride again? I mean, voice changer, fuck. You guys want to go on my ride again? Thanks for coming to my world.
Mom, I want more Skittles.
Mom. Mom.
The roast beef's bad again.
Yeah, it's a scary time out there for that stuff. You
is,
just got to
man.
kind of keep a thumb on it, you know?
It is. And, you know, for every situation like my friend, there's a situation where, you know, a kid's getting taken advantage of, trafficked. And
I feel like if someone tried to write a movie like that, though, like with that plot, it would get like super like shit on.
Yeah,
It'd be
but
like,
that's
what are you trying to do?
so-
Normalize like grown men talking to children on Xbox? What are you trying to do?
well, I think any good story comes from a slant, right? Because I think the story there is you questioning what his motives are.
Right.
Whether his motives are altruistic or whether they're, you know.
There is going to be that twist in the parking lot or some weird moment where he does the thing that everyone's expecting, and yeah.
Can you imagine people walking out of that movie though, and like talking shit like, I kind of wish he fucked that.
Yeah, he
kid.
didn't even
Yeah.
fucking. What's the
You know?
point?
Well, he
What
ended
was the
up-
point
Like
of the
I don't
movie?
want to say it, but like
He ended up being a
kinda
good
wish-
guy.
Like I didn't want it to happen, but like, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no,
think it would've
people would
been
be
good for the story.
disappointed that the kid didn't get molested. They'd be like, fucking stupid movie, dude. Kid didn't get touched.
so what was the point of this?
Yeah. Oh, you saved a kid? Who cares? That kid was never even going to get. You should be saving kids that are about to get. What's the point?
I was with somebody last night and I made a joke that did not land and it made me so fucking mad.
Yeah.
Somebody came up to Dean and they were like, Dean, weren't you in like a movie or something? Did I see you in a movie? And I'm like, yeah, he was in Peanut Butter Falcon. And I thought that was hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody else laughed at that. And I'm like, have you guys not seen Peanut Butter Falcon?
Or know what it's about?
Yeah,
You just
it's
need
like-
to know what it's about.
It's either Shia LaBeouf or a kid with a
Yeah.
Down syndrome. Either way, it's funny. Either way, it's good.
It's a good movie to be in.
Oh man. No, dude. What stuff do you want to do with your kid that your parents didn't do with you?
Get the churros at Disney World.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip's the first thing she's getting, dude.
And don't risk generational wealth to do it.
No, the stocks are staying locked up before we fucking start dicking around with
This
that.
is expendable income.
Yeah, exactly. I'm making money in Key West. We're stopping by.
Well, let's be honest. It's because you're performing at Epcot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm doing the dome at Epcot, the big ball. I'll be at the top of the roller coaster. I'm replacing one of the animatronics in the little spinny wheel fucking presentation they do.
And I'll be opening on the trolley.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to, have her be able to do whatever she wants and have the freedom to be able to do that. But even if I get to the point where I have money, I don't want her to know that. You know what I mean? Like I want to try and raise her as not as close to how I was raised, but like to know you got to work for shit and earn it and stuff. I think that's like a hard thing to instill in kids today because everything's so instantaneous,
Yeah.
Like,
But did you see that? Did you see what happened right before the podcast? My daughter?
yeah. Dad, can I have money? Yeah, here's instant money. Yeah. You don't even have to face me.
Buddy, here's the funny thing. Here's the hilarious part of this.
The history of the chat.
She asked for 8. Oh, buddy, the history of the chat's just Apple Cash. Look, it's literally just Apple Cash.
2 words from you in cash.
Yeah. Buddy,
that's awesome.
yeah, it's literally just Apple Cash. So look,
Just a hole in your pocket.
Dad, can I have $8? Please. I send her 12. Can I have two more taxes? Never mind.
The 12 accounted for the taxes.
You know what I mean? You asked for 8. I sent 12 to account for that.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't enough. Buddy, they are black holes for any financial progress.
Yeah.
That's all they are. You know what I mean? Anytime I've got a goal, like I want to take them on vacation or something, my daughter's like, hey, I've got cheer camp. It's $4,300.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
And I'm like, okay, well, there goes Disney.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. It's one or the other. But yeah, I mean, that's like, I want her to be able to, when we go do a thing, like my mindset with that stuff is like, get the guac. You know what I mean? Like if you're at Chipotle and you want guacamole, you get guacamole. If not, you shouldn't be at Chipotle.
Yeah.
You should be eating somewhere else or making it at home. You know what I mean?
That's that's a pretty good.
Like, yeah, if you're going to go do the thing right, Yeah, that's the one thing for sure. I mean, but my parents were always good about like letting us do what we wanted as far as like, chase your dreams, try this, try that, because they needed one of us to make it, not all of us, So there's like a little bit more freedom in like, I didn't have to worry about becoming an engineer or a doctor because 2 of my brothers were already doing what my dad did and learned coding and all that stuff young, that I'm like, there's just less pressure on you. So that's what I want to instill in her is like, do whatever you want. This is a wide open world. You don't got to do this 9 to 5 grind. There's so many other ways to make money that you should really have an open mind.
Well, people will look at comedy like it's taking an easy road.
It's
quite the opposite.
No, there's good and bad parts, but I think no matter what you pursue, there's going to be negatives. You know what I mean? Sure, I don't got to get up at 5 a.m. on Monday to beat the morning traffic, but I do have to fucking be at an airport at 4:30 in the morning the next day.
Yep.
You're always going to eat your medicine when you're doing something. No, like when you're working, it's just which medicine do you want to eat? Do you want to eat the fucking clear track to you get your paycheck every week, what you can afford, or do you want to fucking dick around a little bit and gamble? This was what it feels like. You try this, try that, hope it pays off, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But also, even like I got friends that went the stable route, and that's what they got a house, they got a family, and now that stable route's not even that stable because there's all the risk of these jobs disappearing. If you work in tech, you're looking over your shoulder to see if a robot's about to grab you.
Hello, do it. Hello.
Hello, I'm here to replace you. Welcome, Derek.
All these tech guys are going to end up becoming real Blade Runners.
Yeah.
They took our fucking jobs.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're raising a generation of people not to coexist with AI, but also to kind of resent it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all the
Fuck
narrative
you,
is it's going to take this, it's bad for this, but it's going to be used regardless. So you may as well teach it and learn how to work with it rather than trying to resist it. Because
then you've got all the
tech
people-
companies aren't going to stop making robots.
yeah.
No, but then you've got all the people that are convinced that, science fiction is going to become science fact.
Yeah.
Where it's like Skynet is being formed right now.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And like, it's just called ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
just doing reconnaissance right now.
Yeah, I mean, if there is a Skynet, it's not the one they let you search on a fucking Chrome browser. You know what I mean? Like that's in a bunker somewhere.
Yeah,
that's making all the decisions, and then they whisper it to the president. You know what I mean? It's like the computer said it hit the second tower.
Oh man, let's do some.
I got a quick one for you.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've ever asked this one on the podcast, but what is your favorite thing and least favorite thing about both of your parents?
Favorite thing is probably the open-mindedness when it came to like pursuing what you wanted. I think that's like so important. is to be able to like, you know, like I wanted to be a professional baseball player before I wanted to be a comic, and they were supportive of that. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like that type of energy is always good.
Well, even I think you're an idiot for that.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That's why everyone thinks comedy's a good idea. It's way more reasonable. And I don't have to jog.
Yeah, you're not running those bases.
Yeah, and I think the bad parts is like just the inconsistencies on what is the right thing to do. You know what I mean? There was a lot of like, I think I'm doing this right, or I think I cleaned this right, and just because they were in a bad mood, they'd come in and tear your fucking ass up. Yeah. You know, my dad would just wake up one day and like, all of a sudden I'm in boot camp. You know what I mean? And now we're cleaning the house with toothbrushes because he felt like it. It's like that kind of not knowing, no feeling of like,
no certainty,
no subtlety, no settling. Like if you had a day off, finally, no one had to go to baseball practice. You still would they'd find something that you were doing wrong to fill the day. Like that kind of shit where there was definitely like no freedom growing up outside of like this regimented thing that you were locked into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could do what you wanted, but on Saturday, you're fucking going to your brother's practice. You know what I mean? Like there was no hanging out until I was old enough to babysit. And then it was like, now there's no time off. You know what I mean? It was like that kind of dynamic that made things difficult. But, yeah, I mean, overall, I wouldn't change a thing. You know what I mean? Like it's all good for you. No matter what your home situation is, it's still molding you in a way that makes you different or unique. And if you lean into the energy and all this, like blame your parents, go to therapy and find the root of all your trauma, like go find it. But that doesn't mean you got to keep fucking talking about it for the rest of your life. Like go figure out what it was and either reconcile it or like stop thinking about it all the fucking time. Because if you think, and that's what some of my brothers do, you think about the worst shit and not the good shit, or the fact that you're, you know, all my brothers are successful. You know what I mean? Like that, there's some madness, there's some greatness to that madness formula. Like there's some good in the chaos, I think, that kind of makes you either want to be better than the chaos that you're in, or at least try and ramp it up a little bit. You know, you don't want to be, if you have an example of what you don't want to live like, the house is a mess, there's laundry everywhere. Like we had a laundry couch at all times growing up. There was like one of this would just have laundry on it 24/7, but you still needed the seat. So now you're like sitting on your mom's bra watching Blue's Clues and you just think it's fucking normal, you know? But
Buddy, before you got here?
Yeah.
There was laundry on that couch.
Exactly.
I promise you that, brother.
I moved it.
But yeah, I think when you're like, you just kind of want something better for yourself. And I think that's good. And it's hard. It's a hard thing to instill in kids. You know, it's almost by accident, you know, just by kind of living a chaotic life and trying to, like, I didn't want to have to worry about what I got at the gas station being the right amount of money. You know, it was all that energy growing up. It was like not getting what you wanted. You got what was cheap or affordable or whatever. Like if there, you know, everyone's wearing Abercrombie and Fitch because it's cool. I didn't. I had like an old Navy shirt that was also vintaged up. You know what I mean? It was like, it was
hand-me-downs too.
Yeah, all hand-me-downs. I mean, but for me, it was like my brother's hand-me-downs, and then I would be the one handing it down to them. I'd see like my favorite shirt 8 years later, and I'm like, it treated me well. It's yours now.
I finger banged Stacey Miller in that shirt.
That was the first time I finger banged a girl. Was in that red shirt.
All of your guys' clothes, all the Dunn's clothes, just still live in high schools.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, they do. They're still around, dude. Yeah, they probably all ended up in one of those bins.
Yeah. Or did you guys all go to
Every
the same
year
school?
they get a little bit older. Yeah. But I stay the same age.
I think the same age.
I'm gonna do some quick little like rapid fire questions before we get out of here, because this is like we'll get clips from this sometimes. Yeah. But favorite TV show growing up?
Probably Rugrats.
Fair.
Yeah. Also, like a lot of my stuff is from younger because that's just what was on in my house because of the like Rugrats was on from when I was a kid all the way through the youngest kid. Sorry, not really rapid fire, but
no. No, it's fair. We can stop there. Yeah. You know what I mean? We can stop there because Angelica prepared all of us for dealing with women for the rest of our lives.
And just give them cookies.
Yeah, just feed them.
Give them cookies.
Just feed them and let them think that they're in control.
100%.
That was Angelica to a T. Dude.
Yeah.
She was a cunt.
She really was a cunt.
She was a little
She had
cunt.
a cat, and it just came from money. You know what I mean? It was just all that.
Then they started showing behind the curtain a little bit.
Yeah.
Like how her mom was so like disinterested in raising her.
Totally.
And her dad wasn't around. Whatever. Maybe like,
and that's why she was a brat.
Yeah. Then you start to feel bad for Angelica a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. You start to empathize with her. Damn, Rugrats really fucking.
No, it's a great show.
It is a great show.
And I was rewatching it with the kid because I can just raise her in my generation if I want.
Isn't that awesome?
She's watching Blue's Clues, not Bluey, pal. You know what I mean? Steve too, not that Joe shit.
I made my son watch Batman Beyond.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like she's getting raised in my era. They're like, shows are turning the kids gay, not my house. Those shows haven't come out yet.
You don't get gay to Darkwing Duck.
Yeah. No way. You get cool.
Yeah, that made us men. Oh man. All right, favorite toy growing up?
A wiffle ball bat.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of my brothers with.
Yeah, no, I mean we would play. That was the go-to game was a 2v2 wiffle ball match. That was we'd play that like almost every day in the summer kind of thing. Like that was the game. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Parent that you would like if they were picking you up from school, which parent would you want to pick you up?
Mom. Because if it was dad, we did something wrong. We would get, if dad was picking you up, it's because he needed to talk to you now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. We were definitely like a fucking wait till your dad gets home family.
Oh,
you know
man.
what I mean? So if dad's picking you up, there's a problem.
Your dad comes in, throws a shoe at you.
Yeah.
Why don't you throw that shoe at yourself?
You leave my fucking shoes all over the fucking place. You did it.
I had to throw it at you because you were being a fucking asshole. Oh man.
Yeah, pretty close.
That's
how I know I'm a millennial. I got hit with a fucking Ethernet cord. Went from belt when I was young to Ethernet cord when I was older.
I got hit with a Red Wing.
That's not bad.
I had one stepdad that had a cane, and there was literally.
Oh, the cane is no good.
Buddy, it was an aluminum cane.
Oh god.
So light and hard.
Yeah,
and
that's
buddy,
no
on
good.
the end of it, there was literally dents, and he would brag to his friends. He's like, "This one's from John. This one's from Josh." He'd literally brag about almost like he landmarked the dents in his cane that he got from our fucking noggins.
Can you initial right here, John?
Putting a date on it.
Sign it like a cast.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
No, my parents' big move was like go up and down the stairs 100 times if we were fucking around too much too. That, the soap in the mouth, the fucking. It started out with like he'd put hot sauce in our mouth if we were like swearing too much, and then we all started liking hot sauce. And then soap in the mouth, we'd all be fucking blowing bubbles to each other like I don't give a fuck, fuck you.
And then with the hot sauce, you guys are like shitting diarrhea every
Yeah.
day. You're going through toilet paper.
Yeah,
It's like we
exactly.
can't afford enough toilet paper
We
anymore.
can't win. Yeah, the go up and down the stairs was that was a brutal one, dude. And then one brother was
You
always
guys had
like
stairs?
on their side. Yeah. Oh yeah, we had some stairs. Yeah, we had to. There was fucking 5 kids. You have to have at least an
Don't have to
attic.
get-
Shove him in the attic.
It had to be a ranch if they weren't.
No, that was out in Seattle. And no, then in New England we had a split level. You'd walk in and it was like up and
Okay.
down kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a trailer.
Yeah, we never got trailer.
But I mean, I got the boot camp punishment too. But ours,
Yeah.
my stepdad was on Oxycontin.
Oh, yeah.
So there was no stopping. He was just in a perpetual daze. You know,
Yeah.
there's no concept of time when you're on Oxycontin.
Right.
1 minute feels like 6 hours. You know, or 6 hours feels like 1 minute. You know, there's no concept.
It's either and both at the same time.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's just the infinity loop, and you stuck in a fucking
Yeah, you're just stuck fucking vacuuming.
watching a 12-year-old boy move logs around a yard.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Kind of fun.
he did enjoy it.
He's slowing down.
Let me tell you, he did enjoy
Speed
it.
up, John! You slowing down for? It's been 9 hours. Been 9 minutes.
Go get that orange bottle next to the bed.
You're lazy. Pick out which stick you want me to hit you with.
That was a real thing
The
too.
cane broke in half.
That was a real thing too. Hey, me and my brother had to pick each other's switches.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I would pick the biggest one because I didn't like my brother.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can get
And
a
then
little revenge.
My brother was a sweetheart, so he would pick the smallest switch, which ended up being the most deadly switch because it fucking cut you.
Well, it's the bat speed too.
Buddy.
You know, you can get the whip.
Yeah.
Talk about analytics in baseball. You get a little tracker on that. You get the fucking flex.
Yeah. It's like hitting people with a fishing pole.
Yeah, you handed him. He get you a whip.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. Well, we always end this on an uplifting note, or we try to. If you've got one piece of advice to give to all parents out there, based on how you were raised, what would you tell other parents?
Don't try and make them a mini version of you. Like let them be themselves, and you know, I think kids come out pre-programmed a little bit, and then they get molded more by their environment. But you know, let them be themselves. Let them pursue the things they want to pursue, and you know, give them some space and lower your expectations across the board. Your kid, you didn't get Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
you didn't. It's not LeBron. It's not. He's not. Your kid isn't. So stop pretending that they're this, you know what I mean? Like, just let them be themselves. Don't put all that pressure of being the fucking kid superstar, being a child, all those fucking weird expectations parents can put on their kids. Like,
what they need to realize is that if you can lower your expectation, you can increase your appreciation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, you don't need your kid to score 5 goals at soccer. The fact that they fucking, you know, didn't foul out is good.
The fact that they wanted to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like enjoy the fact that they want to do something.
Yeah, right.
Because I tell you, there's kids sitting around in a living room right now being parented by Xbox and all these things.
Yeah,
that don't know that they need that.
Right.
You know, they don't. It's crazy what you don't know as a kid, and
you think you know everything.
And you think you know everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like really, you only know your world.
Yeah.
And once you start visiting other worlds, you realize you know nothing.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I remember the first time I got on a plane, I thought like you kind of see like your high school or whatever, and you're like, man, that's just our city. And then there's another one, then another one, then another one. And it's just like, it feels infinite. There's just so many people, so many situations, and your kid's probably not going to be just like you. You know what I mean? And they don't need to be. So yeah, just kind of
let them be just like them.
Yeah. Just let it go. It's fine. You know, encourage them, make sure they have discipline. Like, I think you can instill values in a kid without instilling a destination, you know?
Well, you can have a free range chicken that doesn't get out of the coop.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right. And sometimes because they don't want,
it doesn't leave the farm.
Right.
It's like, let them experience everything within their world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
Yeah, I think that's all good stuff.
Well, this has been another fun-filled episode.
One hell of an episode.
Yeah.
Any notes, Colt?
I think we're good. You guys got a show to get to, I think, right?
Yeah, we
or you got some networking you got to do down at
No,
Moon
I do
Tower,
have a show to get to. Yeah, we got to get
starts
back
in an hour,
downtown.
and with Austin traffic, it's going to take every bit of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, thank you to all my listeners out there, my small little Tammy's Boy army.
Hell yeah.
I hope there's somebody in Saskatchewan really enjoys this episode. But no, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Keep doing what you're doing, like and share and subscribing, and we'll keep doing what we're doing by trying to make this the best damn podcast in the whole world.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Thank you for coming in, brother.
Thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate
Love you,
you.
man.
We'll see you.
Thank you, guys.
Did your family bring joy? Was your childhood destroyed? Hey, it's Tammy's boy. Is your mama alive? Did your daddy make you cry? Hey, it's Tammy's boy. Tammy's boy. Tammy's boy. Hey, it's Tammy's boy.
No, they can subscribe. Why can't they? What would ever prevent them from subscribing?
Well, that's the question. Why wouldn't you subscribe?
It's like, you know what I mean? Subscribe if you can. No, you can.
You can. It's
What?
free, actually.
People with nubs for arms can do it with their tongue, dude. You got this.
You got this.
I believe
Listen,
in you.
we believe in you.
Yeah.
Subscribe.